Terraria. Now that the new update has just come out, oh my god, this video took me so much longer to make than I realised. You're probably wondering what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna play one of the many new secret seeds, such as Skyblock, or this thing where the dungeons are like every single biome? Who am I kidding? You've read the title and seen the thumbnail. We're collecting every single food in Terraria. Let's go over the rules. We'll be playing as summoner only this run, so that means we can only use whips, sentries and minions for damage. We'll also be playing on master mode, the hardest difficulty. Finally, it'll be on a medium-sized world with the Crimson. We load up on into the world sporting our very best Gordon Ramsay cosplay because, I mean, who else would we look like to do a food challenge? Come on now.
Right, we want to get to work shaking every single tree because we can get a load of fruit from them, and fruit is food. Oh, acorn. I actually thought we were about to get our first piece of fruit. That would have been class. Oh, I'm actually going to die to slimes here. There we go, death number 1.
I'd never actually been so happy to see a "you were slain" screen after doing hardcore in my last video.
Yo. That's brand new. Acorn slingshot, 5 damage, very fast, weak knockback. Fires acorns that plant themselves when they land.
It really wasn't long after we get our first piece of fruit, the grapefruit, so that means 1 out of 82 down. And after our short shaking spree, we come across our desert making sure to collect up cactus, and this is where I make one of the biggest mistakes in this run.
So we can get coconuts and bananas, I believe, from the palm trees.
Mills, you're wrong. You can only get them from the ocean biome version of palm trees.
After that death, I decide it's time to stop being friends with Mother Nature, and instead of hugging the trees, we start work on chopping every single one down. I then push slightly to the left of our spawn and find a cave going down where we come across our first chest of the run, and in typical Mills fashion, find absolutely nothing useful. As night starts rapidly approaching, we decide it's time to start working on our very first NPC house.
I hope you don't own an island.
After our quick conversation with Sus Jeffrey, we then realise the issue with building a house this late in the day. After eventually making it through the night, we have what is a respectable start to our first house. While doing our standard morning tree shaking, we noticed Pinky had snuck into our house. And we don't take kindly to strangers around here. So we then proceed to spend the next 15 minutes chipping away at Pinky little by little.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she's done. Oh, look at that though, 5 gold, that's all what it was for. That's what it was for, ladies and gentlemen. So hopefully we can get the merchant to spawn in now.
After wasting a whole day fighting Pinky, we decide to go and shake some trees in the dusk. And one of the trees very kindly decides to give me the leaf wand, which I'll be using a lot in my builds.
Right, all those trees were duds. Let's plant some more palm trees.
Does he know? No, he doesn't. He doesn't know. The next day we have the demolitionists arrive. And good god, look at that magnificent beard. Fair play, sir. The merchant also arrives, so we go over to check him out. He kinda gives me homeless Santa Claus vibes. I do business with him picking up the bug net, as this will allow us to catch and cook more delicious food, as well as a piggy bank and the mining helmet. We chase after a squirrel we see and make sure we catch him up, as he'll soon become our next piece of food. At one of my manyest graves, we come across Abigail's flower, and I decide to myself we'll go summoner this playthrough, as they added in loads of new summoning items. Now equipped with Abigail by our side, it was not long at all until we stumble across our second actual food item, the peach. 2 down, 80 more to go. We head back down the cave on the left hand side of our spawn to find out it leads us into the Crimson, and we come across a very important mob, the Crimea, which has a 1% drop chance to drop a burger. Remember this, because it will be important. Taking a break from the Crimson, we resume shaking trees, and oh my god, I'm glad we do, because we get the apple. Something keeps the doctor away. While flattening an area to build my own luxurious pad, a tree grows straight in front of me. We shake it and get our 4th food item, the apricot. Wow, 4 out of 82 already? This challenge is going to be a breeze. We decide to explore our desert some more, coming across a pyramid. We channel our inner Howard Carter and dig this pyramid wide open. Because all the contents belong to the Great British History Museum, don't you know? We open up the pyramid's chest, eagerly waiting to see what we get, and we find a sandstone bottle. Move over, British Natural History Museum, I'm keeping this one for myself. We keep heading down because we heard that there's mummies at the bottom of pyramids, and we hope it's the goth variety. Sadly, we don't come across any mummies, but we do find an underground desert house, and we quickly raid it, finding an ancient chisel, which is a massive increase to our mining speed at this stage of the game, and just in general really. Back at base, we craft up our first piece of armor, and it's the trusty cactus breastplate, and I finally get to work building my glorious house. We take a break from building absolute peak because the travelling merchant spawns in. Meet me behind Jeffrey's house in about 3 hours. I think I have something you will find very appealing. Check the flight logs, this man's on the list. Ignoring the travelling merchant's offer, we buy up the pad thai, which is one of 2 food items he can sell us. Yeah, so that's food number 5. Back at my base, I craft up the cooking pot, which will let me craft so many different food items. I waste no time crafting up the bunny stew and the roasted bird from the little critters we've caught around our base. So that means we now have 7 food items. We begin extracting our desert fossil, allowing us to craft up a fossil pickaxe, which is a much needed upgrade from our copper one. We then begin work on what's everyone's favourite part of Terraria, making your elevator. And we experience peak early game summoner gameplay. And scoop up a snail that we'll need for later. Oh my god, that scared the life out of me. After being forcefully sent back home, we craft up the grilled squirrel with the poor guy we got earlier, and then we make ourselves some escargot. German no. We head back down our elevator and keep on digging. We find a fairy and beg it to take us to a life crystal because we're still on a measly 100 health. The fairy ignores my request for a heart crystal and instead leads me to a golden underground chest. But hey, at least we get the band of regeneration and an eye of Cthulhu. We then warp home because we get a notification that the travelling merchant has arrived. He wasn't selling the foe, so we decide to humanely dispose of him, and we make sure to grab his hat to save for shimmering later. Now with my house finished, I decide it's time for an upgrade on armor, so I craft up some silver leggings and a silver chest plate. While doing my daily routine of tree shaking, I get another acorn slingshot, quickly followed by another peach. Now, it's actually good to have multiple of the fruits because I'll need them to make some extra fruit juices. We keep exploring to the right, eventually leading us to our jungle biome. And while we're here, let me tell you about biome specific shaking trees. So, shaking a tree in a certain biome will always drop a biome specific fruit, and now we're in the jungle, we've just unlocked even more fruit to collect. But first we scoop up this frog for our second French themed dish. And as night starts settling in, we get our very first piece of jungle fruit, the mango, bringing our total collection to 10. We make sure to scoop up multiple frogs as surprisingly there's a lot of recipes that involve them. We get massively overwhelmed in the jungle, but it doesn't stop us as we let Abigail absolutely tear through all the enemies. Once she has, we get straight back to shaking trees and get rewarded with the pineapple, bringing our grand total up to Stranger Things girl. We also get another mango that we're going to need later for some more juice. Back at base, we use the frogs we picked up earlier to craft the Froggle Bunwich. Sadly, we needed one more frog though for the sauteed frog legs. And we also craft up the peach sangria. Jason Voorhees, number.
Oh, I'm not lucky with the palm trees. Another grapefruit, nice. The grapefruit technique.
Huh? After doing unspeakable things with that grapefruit, we find ourselves back in the jungle, where we scoop up another mango, and then get our shiz rocked by a slime that shoots out goddamn bees. Bees of all things. That's actually evil. Barely surviving our encounter with the hive slime, we come across an herb slime, so we chase him to try and get his herbs, and he really doesn't want us smoking that slime pack and keeps running away. While chasing the Rasta slime, we hit it absolutely froggy style, and just as we catch up with the herb slime, we get absolutely glocked by a jungle spike slime. To cheer ourselves up after being absolutely demolished by a jungle spike slime, we craft up the sauteed frog legs.
Honky honky honk.
We head straight back to the jungle and conveniently come across an underground chest at the surface, and we clear it out and find in the chest...
Oh, Hermie boots this quick. Then it's normally like the last accessory I find, so to get them this quickly, that's so nice, man. That's so nice.
Riding high on the fact that Lady Luck blessed me with Hermes boots insanely quickly for once, we make our way down into the depths of the jungle, and then we get blessed once again with a cloud in a bottle from a golden chest. With all this movement, we'll be unstoppable.
No!
Well, almost unstoppable. Back in the underground jungle, we smash up all the foliage we can find, hoping to get 3 little bugs, which combined together make an exquisite bowl of soup. And it doesn't take long at all before we find the first one of the 3, the grubby. We then come across an ivy chest with a life crystal just chilling on top of it. We open up the chest to find flower boots. Believe it or not, we'll need these for later for an absolute gigabrain strategy. We also scoop up another life crystal. After a semi-successful stint in the jungle, we head home and craft up the tropical smoothie. Number 15. We take a break from the jungle and explore the crimson to our left, you guessed it, shaking all the trees. We make it all the way to the end of our crimson before we get our first drop, the blood orange. Takeaway 4 from 20. It's been a hot minute, so we drop straight back down our elevator and we come across the undead miner and we want his meat. Huh? And by his meat, I mean the chance for him to drop a steak. Sadly, he does not drop it for us. We channel our inner dwarf and diggy that hole, leading us to another heart crystal and a...
That's a golden worm. Oh my god. Gold worm. Nice. That's actually so clutch.
We can use this little golden guy to craft up the golden delight, which is such a hard food to come by as it can only be crafted with golden critters. We find another heart crystal and begin to start exploring the glowing mushroom biome, where we pull the plug on their lake. Now this little fella right here is a salamander, and he and his close friend the crawdad can drop potato chips, which will end up becoming the bane of my life in this run. We come across another undead miner and let Abigail do her thing on it once again.
Oh, nice. We got it. Steak. Oh my god. Yes. Yeah,
that was incredibly lucky because we had only killed 3 undead miners. We quickly head home and use the golden worm we caught earlier to craft up the golden delight. As it's raining, we use up this opportunity to scoop up 2 goldfish, turning them into the bowl of soup. This brings our total to 1 upside down 6. Feeling very proud of the progress we've made so far, we begin our search for Sky Islands. As we drop down on our very first Sky Island, we hope and pray we find the lucky horseshoe first try.
Let's go!
Feeling pretty lucky, we jump straight back down into the crimson and continue to search for the last piece of fruit we need. And of course we get it, the rambutan. We keep pushing left, leading us to our ice biome, so this leads more fruit to get, and on our second tree we get it, we get the plum.
What's 9 plus 10?
21?
You stupid!
While in the underground ice biome, we need to kill Flinks as it will give us our very first piece of summoner armor. So of course, the poor guy gets the Abigail treatment, and no one wants the Abigail treatment. Heading home, we get met with the new weather event, the thunderstorm, so we decide to cower and craft in our house. I place a loom down and realise I could have had a whip this whole time. And sadly, I miscalculated how much Flinks fur I would need for the robes, so we're gonna have to go back and get some more. But this is when I realised thunderstorms are also tied into sandstorms, and sandstorms are the only time these guys spawn, who have a chance at dropping the nachos, which sadly we do not get this sandstorm.
Wait, what? Lucky clover. Magically delicious. Please don't eat. Maybe if I take it to the guide? I mean, it doesn't say it's a material. No. Right. My next thought is I need to chuck that into the shimmer. So
off to find the shimmer I went, but first I made a quick pit stop at the ocean to shake the palm trees here, still not knowing these were the only ones that could drop the fruit, but none of them did, and at this point I was starting to believe I was actually cursed. While here we also begrudgingly speak to the angler and wake him up, and then we actually do the thing we came here for, which was to find the shimmer. And in typical Meals fashion, I instantly get distracted from what my main purpose of coming here actually was.
what the hell is that? I have to mine it? Huge dragon egg. May hatch something wonderful.
Right click to open. Summons Chill Ignis for a ride. Empowers your attacks while mounted. Double tap a direction to use Rocket Slam. Right, let's check out our mount. Oh my god. He's so cute. Oh my god. Let's go. We're actually zooming. Yeah, this thing's actually kind of crazy fast, and it's a little bit broken for progression, to be perfectly honest, considering you can get it before any boss. But we do make it back to the Shimmer in record time. Whee! Bud. Right, let's try throwing in this clover, see what it does. Withered clover. Withering this lucky charm with Shimmer maybe wasn't the best idea. Have I just made it useless? Essentially, yes. Yes, I had. So normally, the lucky clover actually increases your luck, which would have been perfect for this run, given that food drops are such a small chance to happen. But shimmering it actually causes it to have the opposite effect by decreasing your luck. On the other side of the shimmer, I get absolutely blessed with 2 golden chests and a life crystal. I open them up and the first chest gives me shoe spikes, and then the second chest gives me shoe spikes. What is this? Some kind of sick twisted joke? Well, we cut our losses and grab the life crystal. To make up for the double shoe spikes, we get double life crystals. We then decide to explore the other side of our shimmer, where we find a marble biome, and these spawn the hoplite, the guy in front of us, and Medusas in hard mode, who both have a chance of dropping the pizza. But don't worry, I've got a plan for them later. Right, so I'm guessing I've made this useless now with a shimmer, so I mean, still don't know what I can do with it, but now probably not much. We just stick you up there. There we go. So yeah, it turns out I 100% made the right call on that. Get it out my inventory and put it on display. I also thought it was time that we explore the left hand side of our world some more. Right, I did watch the trailer for 1.4.5, so I know the dungeons had a change. Not really. I mean, this wall's retextured. I swear I saw some mad dungeons, or unless they just made them for the update. Oh my god, bro actually looks dialed. Oh no 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 no. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. After that series of unfortunate events, we decide to cheer ourselves up by going Sky Island hunting again. Now, it would be a good time to tell you, harpies have a chance to drop the chicken nugget when you kill them. They are some weird looking chickens if you ask me. While we don't get the chicken nugget to drop, we do get the giant harpy feather, which will give us nice easy access to wings as soon as we hit hard mode. On my very last Sky Island now, we open up the chest and we get it, the shiny red balloon. That will come in handy when we get the Goblin Tinkerer and we can combine our accessories. The zoologist drops by, so we make sure to visit her and upgrade our whip to the leather whip. We then decide it's time to get working on our boss arena, so we make sure to get all our platforms in place ready for the Eye of Cthulhu. And we head back down the ice biome to kill the last flinks we need, something I should have done a long time ago. We come across an ice chest and pray for ice skates that we can later use to upgrade our boots, but sadly we get the flurry boots, which are the ice version of the Hermes boots. Why am I getting so lucky with fast boots this run? When did I get another lucky clover? I'm not going to chuck you in the shimmer this time? Yeah, even while going back and editing, I'm still not sure where I actually got that from, but oh well, I'm going to take it. Back at spawn, we finish our last little bit of prep before we fight the Eye of Cthulhu and build ourselves a coward pyramid. And we finally craft up our first piece of summoner armor, the Flink's fur coat, as well as a platinum helmet and platinum leggings for extra defense. As evening approaches, we get hit with a message, an evil presence is watching you. We we grab the very limited amount of buffs that I have on offer and head to our arena and begin our fights with the Eye of Cthulhu. The first phase is actually really easy. Because we have Chillit, we can just keep running out of the way of him while whipping him, and we keep repeating this back and forth until we're able to get him into second phase. Now the Eye not being very happy with us actually getting rid of, well, you know, his eye, starts dashing at us with his gnarly teeth. We're still able to make him look like an absolute joke though with Chillit, as he can still get nowhere near us. He then begins to dash at us at speeds quicker than opening up Twitter and finding something absolutely diabolical. We pause this boss fight to bring you a mental health update. If you haven't deleted Twitter yet, do it. Thank me later. Now, back to the boss fight. Now at this point we've been fighting the Eye for a little while, and I've noticed Abigail is doing absolutely nothing right now. I mean, just look at this. What is she even trying to accomplish? We get the Eye super low and...
Oh my god. And we got the dash to finish him off as well. The dash kill. Oh, this guy's so good. He's so good.
Now that we have defeated the Eye, it's time to move on to boss number 2 of this run, the Torch God, who we died to quite a lot. But we do successfully defeat the Torch God, granting us his favour, which is an item when consumed swaps torches to match their biome specific variant, increasing luck. We also decide to chip away a bit more at our elevator, and then stumble across not one, but 2 heart crystals. Did someone actually say double it and give it to the next person? And by next person, I mean me. Hey, gimme them. Oh my god. What is this?
A skibidi.
Forgive my vocal stimming. The Torch God took a lot out of me. We end up making our way into the underground desert, instantly coming across a sandstone chest, and inside it we find a bar statue, which is insane for our setup, as when placed down it provides an extra buff to defense. And oh boy, we're gonna need it playing Summoner. Back on the surface, it's raining slimes, and we say, oh, what the heck, and we begin to take them all out, hoping to defeat enough to get King Slime to spawn. And we took out the Eye of Cthulhu without a sweat, so how hard can the King Slime be? Well, that wasn't meant to happen. We realise with all the vertebrae we've been saving up, we can actually craft an upgraded whip. The Vascalush? I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's not, I'm sure you're going to let me know in the comments. I also placed out some seeds we got from the Dryad, as we're going to need them to grow so we can craft up another food item, the pumpkin pie. We decided it's time to take on the third boss of our playthrough, so we jump down the Crimson Cavern to take on the Brain of Cthulhu. Down in the depths of the Crimson, we find not 1 but 2 extra life crystals, and we get to work clearing an area for our boss arena. While clearing out space, a fairy leads us to the very last 2 life crystals we need. We then begin to smash the Crimson Hearts needed to spawn in the brain. We smash the last heart, and now it's time to brain the brain. But plot twist, I'm the one who gets brained. Even though we died to the brain, we still got a few tissue samples, and we were able to see we could craft a new summon. So we craft ourselves up a Deathbringer pickaxe, and head down to the glowing mushroom biome to collect up the last little bits of resources we need for the mushroom staff. We head home and craft up the mushroom staff, the very first new summon we're going to see of 1.4.5. We summon our new fun guys, and get to work mining all the pumpkins that have grown. The vertebrae we've got, we can now craft up the monster lasagna, as well as the pumpkin pie. Now over a quarter of a way there. The goblin army shows up, and we do what we do best, and that is to sit and hide in our coward pyramid until they all die. Now with the goblin army defeated, it's not cuckoo clock just yet, as we have unfinished business with Brain of Cthulhu. This fight is going much slower with the mushy boys compared to Abigail, as they seem to have a hard time understanding which creeper to go for, and they just kind of teleport around, not really focusing on a single one. But after a decent amount of time, we're able to defeat the last creeper on max health, bringing the brain into second phase. And this is where my mushy boys really start to shine, because when the brain teleports, they can instantly teleport to his location, unlike Abigail, where she'd have to slowly fly over to him, allowing us to stay out of the reach of brain almost permanently. Oh, too easy. Too easy. Second time's a charm. Second time was indeed the charm, and we get the best accessory in the game, in my opinion, the Brain of Confusion. Putting my theory to the test, we summon up the King Slime again. We inform him Prince Slime has been hanging out with Jeffrey the Guide, and he crumbles. Oh, do you hear that alarm? That means it's cuckoo clock. Time to find the Goblin Tinkerer. Found him. God damn, bro's even uglier in 4K. We do the usual and buy the rocket boots as well as the Tinkerer's Workshop and combined all the accessories we can at this point. We also decide to finish off building our elevator. Mission success, so now we're just on the lookout for a Hell Forge, which we quickly scoop up. While exploring a minecart track just above Hell, we come across a new slime, a conveyor belt slime, which is pretty neat because now you can get conveyor belts pre-hard mode, but I'm guessing they're pretty rare. Back at home we swap out our old furnace for the Hellforge. Now this really is Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. We head outside and find the Tavern Keep unconscious on the roof. Damn, this guy just loves chilling on my builds. We then purchase the ballista rod that we'll save for later. While doing my periodic tree shaking routine, we get our first bit of new fruit for a while in the cherry, the age you become Unk according to Gen Alpha. After mining up a load of obsidian, we make our first full set of summoning armor. Now we're starting to feel like a true Chad summoner. We dive straight back into the jungle on the search for the Queen Bee's hive, and we come across an ivy chest, finding the Staff of Regrowth, which will be very handy for our potion making. And we come across a granite biome, finding the granite golem and the granite elemental. Now these guys have a chance of dropping spaghetti, but much like the marble biome, we're not too worried about these guys at the moment because I have a plan for them later as well. After being unsuccessful in finding the Queen Bee's hive, we get to work building an absolute gaff for the merchant, and this ice slime decides to be an absolute gent and drops us the ice cream. How many playable characters there are in Mario Kart Wii? Is that a cat? Sorry, what? Cool, new summon, but this guy, he actually mines and it gets in your way so much. Later that night we get a blood moon, so we sit on our coward pyramid and just wait for it to pass. While waiting for the blood moon to finish, we get a notification that a meteorite has landed, so we go on the hunt to find it. And we make sure to scoop up as much meteorite as possible as we need it to craft a whip upgrade, the Star Crash. And look how sick this thing is. It actually summons falling meteorites to strike your foes. That's so cold. Now the merchant's moved into the ice biome, we can purchase our next two food items off of him. The marshmallow and the marshmallow? We use the spare one to craft the marshmallow on a stick.
I've never actually done this before.
Oh, I just have to walk onto it.
27.
We also want to take on the Old One's army as it gives us extra buffs for summoning. But unfortunately we get absolutely flambéed by a wyvern right on the last wave. But to be honest with you, I wasn't winning this anyway. So we try it again. We may have failed the second attempt, but we now have enough defender medals to buy up the lightning aura rod. And now this rod will become the absolute GOAT for our AFK farming later on. We run the Old One's army back one last time, and we cop a massive W against the Dark Mage, getting the war table as well as the Squire's shield. Realising I haven't got the golfer yet, we head to the underground desert to see if we can find him. We do stumble across him, but he's currently being absolutely bombarded by Antlion chargers and swarmers. Now these guys also have a chance of dropping the banana split food item, so we're going to want to look out for that. We spent so much time farming in the desert that we come across another golfer, so we make sure we run over to him and speak to him before he can die.
Oh, Golfer died literally as soon as we came home.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Now, taking a quick break from our useless desert palm trees, let me tell you about the flying fish. These guys have a small chance of dropping fries.
Come on, ocean palm trees. Oh, finally.
Now you might be asking yourself, is this where I figure it out? That it's only the ocean palm trees that can drop coconuts and bananas? No. The total amount of food we need, but just backwards.
Give me a coconut or a banana. Oh my god. Oh, another coconut.
Yes, I know, I should have probably grouped the banana and the coconut together, but I wanted to do that awful joke about the numbers being the wrong way round. We finally decide what we're going to do with that empty space above the NPC's houses, and we turn it into a displaying area for every bit of food we're going to collect along this journey.
Fruit juice. Juice.
Yeah, those juices were just made up from extra fruit lying around. Speaking of things just lying around to make into food, we head to the Shimmer and grab a crystal critter, and we turn the poor guy into rock candy. I don't even want to know how this works. How many times this week I've told my ex-wife she can keep the kids, but she's not taking my Lego collection.
Oh, lemon. Nice. Oh my god, 2 lemons. Okay. Lemonade. There we go. Bing bang bong.
Now we're on a bit of a roll, we decide to start fishing because, believe Bruce or not, fish are food. 1 fish, 2 fish, 3 fish, cooked fish.
Bing bang bong.
We also fish in this tiny little pond for the JoJo's Cola. The number of glizzies I've gobbled down in depression since finding out my ex-wife sold all the Lego already on eBay. It's high time we upgrade our fishing rod and begin to work on the dreaded angler quests. Oh, not the angler. We begin to scan our map for the Sky Island lake we found earlier and we realise it's right above our desert, so we head on over there.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
After some more useless desert palm tree shaking, we finally make it back up to the sky lake we found earlier, and we fish up a sky crate as well as the cloudfish that we need for our angler quest. We return to the little gremlin and he actually gives us a useful item, the fishing bobber.
Come on, coconut. I would like a coconut. Dr. Coconut. Dr. Coconut. Coconut. I would just like a coconut.
Now, let's get into ocean fishing because we're looking for some more stuff like tuna and shrimp that we can use to craft into more food items. So we craft up the sushimi, the cooked shrimp, and finally the blackened fish, and place all 3 of them neatly in our little trophy display.
There you are. Please have the foe. What are the chances?
Yep, we're absolutely blessed by Lady Luck on that one, so we head back to our trophy tree and then place the foe in its rightful place next to the ramen.
40
It's been a minute, so we jump straight back into the jungle on the search for the Queen Bee, as she'll be a massive upgrade to our summoning power.
Sluggy. Grubby. And I think the last one is the buggy? A sluggy and a grubby. Oh my god, how many grubbies? Way too many grubbies.
Please, may I just have 1 buggy?
Oh my god, I'm gonna lose it. Oh, there he is. Buggy. Oh my god.
Honestly, you have no idea how long I spent looking for that stupid bug. I mean, I thought they were all equal rarity until actually doing this. Turns out they're not. The buggy is a lot rarer. So we head home, craft up the grub soup, and place it in the trophy room. And that's halfway. Yippee! Now, keeping with traditional meals fashion, we forget that we were on the search for Queen Bee and head to the Shimmer to chuck in the peddler's hat, which we were meant to do ages ago.
Why didn't you sell the shimmer pylon? We're literally in the shimmer. Wait. Could it really? Because if this is the way you get the shimmer pylon, that's actually goated. Or I'm just going to have to jump back down into the shimmer and get it. Oh my god. The Aether pylon. Oh my god. That makes so much sense, really, if you actually think about it. That's sick.
Yep, after that big brain moment, we decide to subconsciously big brain by heading to the ocean biome where we get to work shaking palm trees, and we finally get the last coconut we need, and we craft the pina colada, you know, like from that one song. We realise we haven't made the banana daiquiri yet, so we make it and place it on into the trophy display. Okay, so another slight detour from the Queen Bee. We drop into hell and mine all the hellstone we can get our grubby little mittens on.
Yes.
And we craft the imp staff that will be replacing our 2 little fellas.
Next step is find the Queen Bee.
Psst, Mills, you were meant to do that ages ago. While on the hunt for the queen bee, we find something that is so juicy.
Let's go! Oh my god, clutch. So clutch.
Now we have the anklet of the wind, all we need to do is find the queen bee's hive. That's going to be easy, right? Right?
Whole lot of nothing. Oh my god. We sent that guy flying. Oh, I don't think I've ever quite seen it. I don't think I've quite ever seen anything like that before. I should have been paying attention to my health.
After rudely being sent home by that jungle slide, we take the opportunity of being sent home to craft up the lightning boots. And we head straight back to the jungle to continue our search for the queen bee. While searching for the queen bee, we make sure to kill every snatcher we can find, as it has a small chance of dropping the coffee, a rare food item we desperately need.
Oh my god. Oh. Yes, coffee. Oh.
Ah, coffee, the energy drink for boomers.
Armored stressful. Continuously use some items when not moving.
That stress ball must have been our good luck charm, because we find it, the queen bee's hive. Now I've been searching for it all this time. Will the fight be epic? Absolutely one for the history books? No. Because I instantly break it open and then use all the honey to fish up some honey fin so I can craft the seafood dinner. Yeah. I'll come back for it, I promise. The perfect age to buy a sports car and tell everyone it's not a midlife crisis. It's not a midlife crisis. It's really not. We're grabbing our buff, so you know what that means. It's actually time to fight the queen bee. See, I told you I'll get round to it. Now with the queen bee fight well on its way, we're a bit overpowered at this point of the game, having the imps as well as the ballista staffs, and we know the queen bee will not stand a chance against us. And she really doesn't, and dies with us pretty much on max HP. Wow. That was very easy. And in true typical Meals fashion, we run it back again and again. And one more time. We use the bee wax we got from murking Queen Bee to craft up a full set of bee armor, dropping our defense but increasing our summons. And we head to the jungle to speak to the witch doctor and purchase the pygmy necklace, which will allow us to increase our summons by another one. After our little power increase, we get straight back onto the food grind, searching for the rock lobster and oysters to shuck.
We could try and get the pink pearl, because we've already got the clover. Then if we get the pink pearl, that's our luck. Even better. 6 oysters. I'm a gambling man. Come on. Yo! In 3 oysters. That's crazy. That's insane. The lucky clover is insane. Goodbye, pink pearl. Hello, galaxy pearl. A yoink. Let's increase our streamer luck even more. I don't know why I did that, but ha, funny internet number.
Now we've turbocharged our luck, it was time to craft up the lobster tail and then place it as well as the shucked oyster into the trophy display. The age when you realise that sports car on finance was a midlife crisis, so you trade it back in to get a more suitable family car. But you make up a random excuse for getting rid of it because no one can actually know it was a midlife crisis. We decide to summon up King Slime and kick his ass because we really want to get his slime gun. As in the new update, we can transform it with the shimmer, easily allowing us to shimmer our NPCs. And I don't know about you, but I never see the shimmer variants of the NPCs.
Should be able to. The Demolitionist actually looks so sick. Wait, does it change their portraits? Oh my god, it does. Okay, he's essentially got so much more aura. I mean, that's still a haircut of a man who likes to watch his wife get railed, but he's got more aura, I'll give him that.
Right, it's now time to buff up for our next boss, Skeletron, but first...
Wait, can I shimmer you? Okay, I did not know that was a thing. Right, I'm sorry my friend.
It's Skeletron time. Now, this is honestly one of the most clenching fights I've had with Skeletron in such a long time. We start the fight off like any other Skeletron fight by focusing on his 2 bony appendages. Also, quick side note, does anyone know if there's a texture pack out there to turn his hands into grippers? Asking for a friend? With my friend's foot fetish request over, we've got his hands extremely low and they're about to fall. The first hand goes down, quickly followed by the second hand. Now the only thing that's left is that bony head. We get a bit comfortable fighting the Bone Dome, but he catches us off guard by chucking out a Cursed Skull, dealing massive damage to us. We fail to dodge another attack, leaving us on 1 heart, but quickly pop a health pot and we're straight back in the game. And just as quick as we got our health back, we lose it all again, having to lock in for our lives. And after running circles around Skeletron for a while, we're finally able to bring him down. Nice! Whew. That was intense. Yes, Mills, that certainly was intense. Now with Skeletron defeated, we've got the dungeon to start exploring. Oh, the mechanic. That was really easy to find. First golden chest. That's new. Jagged Ram Rune. Equipable. Jump while holding down to slam downward. Okay. Slamming into the ground will deal great damage to nearby enemies. Pound the ground like the heroes of old. I'm not too sure if that's going to come in handy much, but cool. We'll keep it anyway. Oh, Cobalt Shield in chest number 2. Love that. What was that? Was that a new dungeon enemy? Librarian Skeleton. Yeah, okay, that's a new enemy. Wait, what? Waterbolt Mimic? That looks sick as. Right, that's enough soy facing over the new dungeon enemies. We're looking for Cursed Skulls. In fact, it's this guy right here, as they have a very small chance of dropping us the cream soda. On our second Cursed Skull, we get it to drop the Bone Wand, another rare item, but not the one we're looking for. Literally seconds later, a third one appears, we kill it, and it gives us the cream soda. Yeah, okay. What is this drop chance like? I don't think I've ever had a cream soda in real life, but I used to play Cub Penguin, and there were references to it everywhere, and I just wanted that shit so bad. We used the bones we got from the dungeon to craft the Spinal Tap, a new whip upgrade, and an item I've never made in Terraria before, the teapot. Item flask. Preserve your most treasured possessions within viscous fluids. It's a big jar, right? That's not sauce whatsoever. I'm just preserving my most prized possession in a jar of viscous fluid. Using the teapot we crafted earlier, we craft up the teacup, innit? Whoa, that's so strange. That's exactly the amount of cups of tea I've had already today. After searching the dungeon for what feels like 5 hours, we finally come across a bewitching table before we get absolutely wiped from existence. But hey, we're not too mad because that just saves us a recall potion anyway. We slap the bewitching table down, granting us an extra minion slot, so we decide to go for a hybrid strategy of 3 flying and 2 ground minions. 79, why aren't you happy? Perfect. The lack of annoying neighbours adequately meets my needs. The underground is nice, quiet place to construct my gadgets. Major like age. Aiming the mechanic makes my cardiac core function improperly. It appears I love how that feels. Simp. We outmog the Goblin Tinkerer so hard, he gives us Fabled really quickly just to make us leave so we don't steal his girl. Now, we're getting pretty close to needing to enter hard mode, but before we do that, we decide to start work on our Cavern Layer mob farm. And I always do this in pre-hard mode, because who wants to deal with all the hard mode enemies when you're doing this? Like, come on now. The main reasons for building this farm is normally money, but the 2 other reasons I need this farm is the carton of milk, which drops from underground skeletons, and the potato chips that drop from the crawdads and salamanders. And just as I'm putting my finishing touches on the farm, try and guess which food item I stumble across. Oh my god, there it is, the carton of milk. Oh, I was building this farm for it. Turns out, didn't even need to. Great. Whoa, 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 slow down, buddy. You still have the potato chips to get, remember? Skelly my bone till I Kelsey come. We then get the last 2 pieces of fruit needed from the Crimson in very quick succession, allowing us to craft up the bloody Moscato. Oh, I heard a duck. And quickly turn the poor fella into roasted duck. While preparing this Sky Island to be our hard mode corruption biome, we get a chicken nugget drop from a harpy, quickly followed by a second chicken nugget drop from a harpy. Yeah, I can't believe that either. Herbie the car number, Herbie the car number, Herbie the car number. Now, for my next food item, the Shrimpo Boy, which has a small chance of dropping from crabs and sharks, I was going to try and cheese it with this statue set up. Little did I know, you couldn't get food from statues. And let's just say, I did this for a little while. So it's time to do things the old-fashioned way, and by old-fashioned way I mean manually slaying every single creature that's ever existed in the ocean, before being sent packing home by a pink jellyfish. Honestly, these things are more difficult than Moonlord in Master Mode, I swear. Turns out being sent home by that jellyfish wasn't too bad for us, as we find out there's a sandstorm in the desert. And we quickly get the banana split. That means leaving just the nachos left, so surely we'll get it for the rest of this sandstorm, right? We in fact did not get them for the rest of this sandstorm. We also realise we have enough fruit to craft up the fruit salad. Right, let's get back to slaying everything that moves in the ocean, shall we? There it is. Oh my god. Oh, finally, after all this time, you are mine. That took forever, but the Shrimpo Boy is added to our collection. At the time of recording this video, this is the 56th best-selling game on Steam right now. With a wall of flesh creeping round the corner, we begin to work on our stone platform bridge across hell. And it will have to go across hell because we need something from the very other side of the world. After reaching the leftmost corner of hell, we get to work collecting ash grass seeds. We need these seeds so we can grow ash trees closer to our elevator, as we'll have to shake them for 2 new pieces of fruit, the spicy pepper and pomegranate. Now, hopefully you will remember when I said the flower boots would come in handy this playthrough, and this is the reason why. Oh, okay. I'm a genius. Yep, using the flower boots we can just farm an infinite amount of ash grass, saving us massive growing time. While waiting for the grass to grow, we do a little bit of lava fishing for the final bits of preparation before the wall of flesh. We scoop up every single buff we're gonna need to take on this fight, and summon the wall of flesh in. We get murked just as he's about to die. We grab our potions again, reforge every single accessory we have, and spawn in the wall of flesh for a second time. And we die again, but this time getting even closer. You know the drill by now, grab all our potions to fight him for a third time, and die in what is a shocking attempt. I'm not having the wall of flesh slime me out 3 times in a row. This 4th and next fight is going to be one for the ages. Right, so, slight issue. Oh, it looks like my OBS bricked and stopped recording. Luckily, we haven't done too much. I mean, I beat the wall of flesh, summoner only. You're going to have to trust me on that. Oh my god. We got 2 mechanical eyes, mechanical worm, and also 2 jungle keys, literally back to back from the farm, but that footage is lost. Good job, Mealsteals. Oh, and we got to work getting corrupt seeds to build Sky Island corruption, so it's away from everything else. Luckily, we didn't get any more food, so you've seen the whole process of what I've been doing here. And that's the main challenge, right? We start hard mode off as normal as possible and start mining up palladium ore and craft a pickaxe upgrade from it, swiftly moving on to mithril, and we stumble across a spider's nest, which is good for 2 things, as spiders have a chance of dropping the fried egg, another food item we need, but in hard mode we can also get spider fangs, and we'll need a few of these as this is what our first hard mode armor and summon are going to be crafted from. We craft up the spider staff and reforge it all the way to fabled. We dive straight back into the nest, now armed with our little arachnids, absolutely mowing through every single spider in sight. After collecting all the fangs we need, we head home and craft up the full set of spider armor, replacing our old bee armor. Now we're fully dripped out in spider gear, there's only one thing left to do, and that's get the fried egg. Oh yes, nice, the fried egg. Okay, there we go. Personally, I can't stand fried eggs. All my scrambled egg enjoyers stand up. We sit in our AFK farm for what feels like forever, hoping to get the potato chips, and yeah, we don't. So we decide to spend our time doing something more useful, shaking the trees in the hallowed, looking for either the star fruit or the dragon fruit. And it looks like I get the star fruit, but no dragon fruit for you, as I need it. As we seem to be getting quite lucky with the tree shaking, we decide to head to hell to shake our ash trees. And we get nothing. We finish off mining all the mithril ore we'll need, and craft a better pickaxe so we can get adamantium. While mining adamantium, we find ourselves in the underground hallow, so we make sure to collect up all the gelatinous crystals we can, as we'll need these to fight Queen Slime later for an extra summoning upgrade. And to top it all off, we craft up an adamantite pick. While working on a home for our NPCs in the Hallowed, we end up getting a dragon fruit from a tree. Now, we just need one more star fruit and one more dragon fruit for the juice. We also remember to check our corruption island, where we get an elderberry, quickly followed by another elderberry. Sir, a second elderberry has hit the inventory. And just to top it all off, we also get a blackcurrant. Tell you what, let's try something different. You tell me a joke this time. Oh my god, that was so funny. Like, honestly, probably the best joke I've ever heard in my life. I should hire you to do all my jokes for me instead. Back down in hell, shaking trees, and we get ourselves a pomegranate, quickly followed by the spicy pepper. That's every piece of fruit in the game achieved. We just need a couple of duplicates for the juice. There's one piece. That makes 2 pieces. And finally 3 pieces. So we're now able to craft up the prismatic punch as well as the smoothie of darkness. I'm not even kidding you when I say this is how many hours this playthrough took. Remember those gelatinous crystals from earlier? Yeah, it's time to put them to use and kick Queen Slime's ass. So we decide to kick the Destroyer's ass instead. Okay, I'm fed up with these bosses destroying me, let's just get the potato chips. We in fact do not get the potato chips. Now, taking a break from AFK farming to fight the Wall of Flesh because we find out he has a brand new whip, the Firecracker. We open up the treasure bag and surprise surprise, we don't get it. We open up another one and we don't get it again. Oh, and we got legendary on it. Now we have the whip that I was after acquired. What enemies or bosses are we going to take out with this? None at the moment, because we just went back to AFK farming to try and get the potato chips again. Surprise, surprise, we didn't get them. But hey, the pirates are here now, so we have to fight these guys off. We eventually beat the pirates, only dying 3 times. That's not too bad, I'll take that. Now, I was at a point in the playthrough where I was fed up of going to each biome to fish, so I decided to create manual fishing biomes. I got really frustrated about spam clicking the water bucket and the fact the stress ball didn't work with it. So, I decided to make a TikTok about it, and, well, you could say I got very humbled. But hey, I'm not mad about it. You've saved me from getting arthritis in my fingers. Now armed with a load more potions from our fishing spots, we gear up, getting ready to take on the Queen Slime. This try, we absolutely dominate the Queen Slime, tearing through her and eventually getting the W. And we also get the item we're looking for, the Blade Star, first try. Now we should be able to obliterate the Destroyer. Okay, we got it this time, gang. We decide to do some jungle fishing instead. What was that? Yeah, that's 100% new. Right, while we're looking for this mysterious one thing, there's also actually something else we need from the jungle in hard mode. Grapes. Yep, grapes. And they have a small chance of dropping from derplings or flying foxes. Just currently hiding underwater. Oh my god, and we got grapes. Oh, nice. We got it. Watch it just be another magic item that I can't use for this run. Surprise, surprise, we can actually use it, so we head to the Goblin Cuck and get reforging. Back in the jungle again, because I actually need 2 more grapes. We quickly get 1, and we get the other shortly afterwards. And we use the 2 extra grapes to make grape juice. Oh, yes! Oh, I was worried about these, because obviously you can only get flying fish when it's raining, and I was like, it's a low drop chance, but there we go. Ooh, slap bang right in between the 2 funny numbers. Right, the hard mode ice biome. Now, there's 2 different types of foods we can get here. The first one is the milkshake, dropped from ice tortoises or ice mermen. And the second piece of food is bacon. That's dropped from pigrons when your ice biome is either hallowed, corrupt or crimson. After what feels like farming forever, we finally get it, the milkshake, and we make sure to scoop it up. Now we find ourselves in the underground hallowed, on the lookout for apple pie, which drops from illuminated bats, slimes, and chaos elementals. Yeah, we don't get it. On the surface of the hallow biome, specifically at night time, we're on the lookout for gastropods, who have a small chance of dropping a cookie. But we don't get this either. We go back to the underground, no luck. Back to the surface, no luck again. Back to the underground. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. Back on the surface, we get a different kind of luck. Okay. That's actually sick because we can use the frozen key, and not long after... Yes, nice, cookie. And there's a sandstorm on at the moment, and we battle our way through the sandstorm, allowing us to pick up the nachos. Hey, look at that. We're actually pretty close to beating this thing. But before we beat this, we have to take on the mechanical bosses. Oh no, misclick. Misclick. Even though we summoned the destroyer in way too early, it doesn't matter to an absolute giga chad like us, as we still are able to absolutely wipe the floor with him this time round. Oh. Ooh. Using the bars we got from the destroyer, we're able to grab a big upgrade to our whip and reforge it all the way to legendary. Defeating the destroyer means a steampunker moves in, so we go to her and purchase up all of the conveyor belts we can to improve our farm. Even with our upgraded farm, we still don't get the potato chips. So we grab some potions that we hope will help. They don't, so we decide to take our frustration out on Skeletron Prime. And I guess the lesson here is just to enter boss fights really frustrated, because it helps us absolutely wipe the floor with Skeletron as well. Oh, there we go. Skeletron down. Feeling absolutely unstoppable, we decide to go for the twins. Right, we need to get a lot stronger. Cue the life fruit montage. Right, that should be more than enough. Run it back. While we wait for it to turn nighttime again so we can fight the twins, we find ourselves in hell, searching for red devils and bone serpents, who both have a chance to drop the hot dog. We do end up getting a rare drop from a red devil, but sadly it's not the one we're looking for. Now it's nighttime again, we get ready to fight the twins. And would you look at that, I guess it was just the extra life fruit we needed, as we're easily able to breeze through the twins this time around. There we go. Nice. And we upgrade our summons with the optical staff and a full set of summoning hallowed armor, quickly making our way back to hell. And we get super lucky and get the hot dog on our 18th red devil kill. Nice. The true amount of glizzies I've gobbled since finding out my wife's boyfriend is suing me for defamation, as the Lego sets were purchased with his money. Oh, and we craft the pickaxe axe. Up next on the boss chopping block is Plantera. And right, okay, hear me out, this might be a massive hot take, but I'm starting to think Plantera is actually the easiest boss of hard mode. You build a decent size arena, and you can just sort of dodge all of her attacks, and when she gets into second phase, just no issue there whatsoever. I think she's kind of overhyped to be more difficult than she actually is. Yeah, there we go. Oh my god. That was surprisingly easy. Of course it was, past meals. It's Plantera. the easiest boss, as we've already decided. After defeating Plantero, we make our way straight to the dungeon, and in record time we get the barbecue ribs from a paladin, and we can finally make use of a biome key in one of my playthroughs, picking up the Frost Hydra, a big upgrade to our sentries, replacing the barnacle staff. Now we head to the Witch Doctor and just purchase our next armour upgrade, the full set of Tiki armour. Dunk on Golem. We farm Pigrons in the ice biome, still looking for the bacon for what seems like absolute ages, and we still don't get it. Now we try our luck at getting the spaghetti by replacing all of the blocks with granite blocks so the mobs can spawn in our farm, and we get the spaghetti as soon as we finish placing all the blocks. That's insanely quick. And now we do the same, but this time with marble instead of granite, and we farm for ages but we don't get the pizza. So we decide to head back to the ice biome and try the bacon again. No luck here. Back farming for the pizza. And hey, look at that, we get it this time. We call in the Martian Madness event and take out the UFO first try, allowing us to grab the Xenostaff, a big upgrade for our summon. Now equipped with our extraterrestrial helpers, we head back to the underground ice biome to continue our search for the bacon. Bacon, oh my god, they killed him off screen but I don't even care. Ah, yeah, I forgot it was the solar eclipse. Quick, let's put the bacon in. There we go. And we farmed the solar eclipse until we got our next summoner upgrade, the Deadly Sphere Staff. And it was at this point we thought, hey, let's go all out and just get the Stardust Dragon to make our last bit of farming even easier. So that's exactly what we did. We end up taking out the Lunatic Cultist with relative ease, and finished off the Stardust Pillar, allowing us to craft up the Stardust Dragon Staff and the brand new whip, the Constellation. Now fully equipped, we summon up the Frost Moon, and we have to beat wave 15 of the Frost Moon to get presents to spawn, which have 3 new food items in them, which are the Gingerbread Man, the Christmas Cookie, and the Christmas Pudding. We successfully beat wave 15 of the Frost Moon, so that means it's time to farm presents. Oh my god, there it is. The potato chips. Oh my god. Oh. Oh. That took forever. Oh my god. That's ridiculous. Hours and hours of grinding, finally done. We also open up the 74 Christmas presents we got while farming, and we get the free Christmas foods we're looking for. Wait, 81 out of 82. What's left? Isn't that everything? Nope, it's not. We still have the hamburger left. Yep, the 1% drop chance hamburger that only drops from one enemy in this game. And bear in mind, the potato chips are 1.33% chance to drop, and they have 2 enemies that can drop them. Well, that was quick. And there we have it. Every single food item in Terraria collected. Would I recommend trying this challenge for yourself? No, don't do it. Please, whatever you do, do not do it. And if you've watched the video all the way to the end and haven't subscribed, why not? Do it now. Do it.